Good morning, good morning. There you are. Hello. I hope this finds you safe and well because that truly is the most important thing. You wouldn't believe it, but it looks like it's going to be another lovely day here. Amazing. It's almost as if it. What I want to talk to you today about is a really excellent article on Safety Data Sheet and Safety Data Sheet quality, which was published on LinkedIn a couple of weeks ago by a lady called Sarah Eck. And she was going on about safety data sheet quality. The CSB did a comparison of data in safety data sheets, and some of the safety data sheets were woefully under, had a woeful lack of information, I think is what we're talking about. And Sarah's point, which is an excellent one, is that just because we're writing safety data sheets, we've got to remember that people are using them for process safety purposes. So, you might not think it's too important to put data into section 9 of the safety data sheet, for example, but that could be absolutely vital for somebody doing a DSEER assessment or trying to work out what happens during a major accident or a MATI for coma purposes, which is sort of one of the things that I do in my sort of pre-CLP career, as it were. That is certainly one reason I read safety data sheets, although I also read them from the perspective of sending people out on site to dig holes in the ground or look at contaminated groundwater. So I was also doing it from occupational health and safety. But yeah, I think it kind of struck me that there's more than one type of chemical health and safety discipline, as it were. Now, I have been going on about this for some time. I remember back in 2012, I had a little diagram that said basically in the middle, there's occupational health and safety. Now, that is sort of ordinary occupational health and safety, which affects everybody. It's slips, trips, bumps and falls. It's lifting. It's ergonomics when you're sat in display screen equipment, all that kind of stuff. But chemical health and safety is much, much broader than that. And we need to appreciate what other people do within it so we understand the information that needs to go into the safety data sheet. So I tend to split it down into, sort of 4 types. So you've got your COSH, your occupational health and safety for chemicals. So that's for people who are being exposed in the workplace. You've also got product safety. And of course, this is where CLP and safety data sheets come in. But product safety is a lot wider than that because you've got so many individual product regulations like biocides and plant protection products and all that kind of thing. Detergents, there are multiple product safety regulations. Although most of them are downstream of the CLP classification, which is one reason why it's so vitally important to get that right. If you don't get your classification right, then your coma classification is going to be wrong, and your classification as a biocide or whatever. It's just really, it's the sort of fundamental building block of product safety is classification. And then we have process safety, and that's the accidents and risks that can happen in the chemical process. So we're talking about DSEER, we're talking about coma, things like that. And finally, we've got transport safety. So ADR, IMDG, IATA, all those kind of things. And when we compile a safety data sheet, we're providing information for all of those people in all of those parts of health and safety. And while we may be aware of things like COSH, we may not always be aware that the process safety people, say at X-World, they really, really need to know stuff. And it's important that as safety data sheet compilers, not authors, it's more like editing a book, really, a mini booklet is a safety data sheet. We can't be expert in all these areas of chemical safety. No one person can, because you'd spend all your time studying and you wouldn't actually do anything or handle chemicals. So we've got to appreciate what other people do and try and do as good a job as we possibly can. And if you feel you are not up to speed with your SDS compilation, get training. Yes, we do training, but so do lots of other people who do reasonable quality training. In fact, in this week's newsletter, I've got a list of them. So it's not just us, it's our competitors who do really good work as well. If you feel like your safety data sheets are not up to speed, if you are getting complaints, if somebody says, oh, you should put this information in, and you're thinking, what, should I really? It may be because other disciplines need that data and you're just not aware of it. So please get some training. So I'm going to put a link in below this video to, first of all, to Sarah Eck's really excellent article. I mean, I urge you to read it. I'm just pressing the send button there. And then if you would like those links to training courses, obviously ours included, but not only, you know, the main thing is get trained regardless of who's doing it, as long as they are a good quality provider. And I'll put a link to sign up to Chemicals Coffee Time where those links exist. Obviously, if you are already on our mailing list, it'll be coming through to you at 9:30 this morning. If you're not, you'll have to sign in and look at it in the archive. It'll appear miraculously at 9:30 this morning. So yes, it's an important topic and we need to do the best job we can. So the second thing is kind of related to safety data sheets, because we use the ECHA website all the time, don't we? We're looking for data. And what has happened in the last month is that on the ECHA website, that's the main ECHA website, we've got an error message on the chemical search page, which I'm just putting below this video now. Now, that chemical search page has got this error message. Bear with me, I will read it out. Since 3rd July, a technical error is affecting a large number of registrations, the mean REACH registrations. As a consequence, ECHA publishes the previous version of the dossier instead of the latest update. We have identified the cause of the issue and we are currently reprocessing the dossiers to bring the database up to date. We apologize for the inconvenience caused. So weirdly, that's not about their website, that's about their subsidiary website where the REACH dossiers have been migrated over to, or not, as the case may be. So the really amusing thing is they haven't put the error message on the ECHA website, not that I can find. So how long this IT glitch is going to go on for, nobody knows, but our usual recommendation is search the main ECHA website and also search ECHA just to make sure you've got the most up-to-date information available. So at least on REACH dossier information, obviously harmonized classifications and the CNL inventory are still on the original ECHA website. Whew, a lot to talk about today. So I bet you're going, what's the reason to be cheerful? We need a reason to be cheerful today. Well, it's an absolute classic. It's a sporting one. If you're very, very old, like what I am, you may remember John McEnroe throwing a tantrum or 3 during his tennis playing days, especially, you know, he was 16 when he came over or something like that, 16, 17, so he was still a very young man. And it's the brat, the umpire, strikes back. So whatever you're doing today, I'll just pop that below the video now. Have a great day. Thanks so much for watching in person or on catch up. And I look forward to chatting to you again next week. Take care of yourselves. Bye.